All right, check. 1, 2. We are closing in on the finals, and as usual, the room will become quiet. So we'll have to be a little more quiet, probably ourselves. I'll manage. Yeah, we've got the final for you. It's Bless, who you have seen today, and Jagal, who you have also seen today. That's the handshake, and we can start the game. We know all about those lists. If you have been here, you know all about those lists. You can clearly see what is out there, what is happening. And Roberto, we're playing chance engagement, so the boring one, but no kidding. But
if you, for those that have seen the game earlier, Jagal has copy pasted the deployment of his list.
Yes.
It's exact same copy paste.
Yes, the obstacles are different.
yeah, but his list.
No, he changed something up. He put the A-wing next to Sage. So that is a bit different.
But they are similar approach, and on the opposite side, it's the same inverted.
Inverted, yes.
So
exactly.
In the previous game, it was Whisper at the very bottom.
Yes,
with
Juno.
Juno was at the very bottom. Whisper on top. But yeah, like seems like these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's game number 9.
Yeah, it is game number 9. So a lot of games, but yeah, 2 good players in a really, really good matchup. That I honestly don't know who would I give chances to. I feel like that's an even game. That's a thematic clash between two ideas.
This could be the first shot of the game.
Yes. You already should have that shot, and you might be taking a target lock. Or you don't want that. You don't want that.
Alright. So in the center going fast.
Yeah.
We have I guess that's again Arvel in red, right?
Arvel is red, yes. Is he red on the overlay? He is. Yeah. So Arvel is the red A-wing. Yeah.
So trying to get fast and furious through the center. Arvel has quite good options from there. He could do either go straight to try to meet Scimitar, because most likely anyway Scimitar will be turning left, I guess, or coming with a 3 bank towards the top of the board.
Yeah.
I believe they are thinking about the action, which will be focus, I think.
Yeah, and a clash between Arvel and Scimitar is actually an important one on initiative. Because Arvel could be flying second and be the ace in that matchup. Yeah, took evade. He's gonna have focus.
So Sega is turning into the fray.
True.
Sega with the arcs pointed to both sides.
Yeah. And then.
So that's a commitment already.
Yeah, but that position isn't too bad, because you want Whisper and Juno at some point turning into the middle, while you leave a Sage on that flank, so they have to commit to either going for a Sage or going into the middle, which is an interesting thing.
I believe it was a 4 or a 3 forward for Juno, same maneuver for Whisper.
Yep. Now Whisper is one faster. So also inverted, because the other game we had Juno going faster. Anyway, yeah.
And then we have, I guess, Coran first, going straight. I'm wondering if it would clear the rock from that position. I'm not sure. But anyway, he could just do a 1 hard, which is red, I think, right?
1 hard is red on the others.
But anyway, if he takes now a lock, and he uses the focus from a second.
Yeah, you barrel roll into a lock. Or
I think that's what Jagal is thinking about.
You boost.
Yeah, it's gonna be the lock.
Okay. No, barrel lock.
So we're locking towards the top of the board. So we know that he will be looking into fighting.
Yeah, by the way, because we've mentioned this, it's Rebel versus the Empire. So 2 factions that didn't have the best showings at tournaments recently. The Empire has been a little shut down, Rebels have been not in their best moments.
Scimitar and Juno
And Juno.
were blocked.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So it's really good to hear that in a huge competitive environment and a big tournament, you get those two factions out there in the finals with two players that are committed to those factions. So you can see that if you're good at it,
doesn't matter what you play.
Exactly.
Like overall, here in Poland, we had a majority of players playing with Scam.
Yes.
But I think it's not so much that they believe Scam is the strongest, as it is that I believe a lot of players really enjoy the way that you play Scam.
And that you have really different approaches to the game. Like you can have various scam lists that are very different from each other. Rebel list will be in
possible target lock or possible attack there. Yeah.
attack because
I
wedge
didn't know
state,
it was wedge.
wedge state there.
So there will be an attack there.
There will be. Yeah.
This is Whisper, shooting on current horn.
2. Spends the focus. He's safe.
Which means that there should be a return attack, right?
Which is not bad for Corin.
That's 3. Ooh.
And if you spend the evade, you don't cloak.
Seems like, right?
No damage, but spending the evade, it's not terrible, but
Like from that position, I think the only possible role would have been left and front. Not sure that the right one would have fit.
yeah, but front is not too bad.
The only bad thing is that it didn't matter in this shot, but Koran, unfortunately, the only ship he didn't have a lock on was Whisper.
Was Whisper.
The one he was not expecting to shoot.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting that shot, even though that was the only one that was possible. Potentially, like before.
But yeah, what we were saying that
You know what you could have done? Because what he did is he target locked the 2 objects that he had in mind, but he didn't change it, he didn't check range.
he didn't check range.
And he could have done it to see if he has Whisper range.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
But yeah, what we were saying that plenty of people playing Scam, but then when you move into the top cut,
Yeah.
it was really evenly
Scam
matched.
was obviously the most out of 16 there were 4, but it's still
Yeah,
only
still
4.
only 4.
That's not
And then
worst.
even on top 8, there were 6 factions represented.
Yeah.
With, I believe it was Resistance having 2 and FO having 2, I believe.
Top 8 was FO Resistance having 2, yes, because it was Zabut
And I think,
Horizon.
yep.
It was 2 CIS dropped in top 16.
CIS, there was even top 4.
Oh no, top 4.
Yeah,
True.
it
So
was
one of them. dropped.
Unfortunately, it was Republic.
Republic
The
was
one that
missing.
didn't
missing.
meet
Yeah.
top 8.
Yeah.
But the point
Still,
being,
it
all
is-
the factions represented on top
Yeah,
16
that's like
on an
the
even
dream scenario.
distribution.
Yes.
On top 8, you still had 6 of them,
That's still
and then on
great.
top 4, it was 4 of them.
Yeah, that's the one of the most perfect scenarios that you can think of in a tournament like this.
Then when you go across the actual lists that they were played, there were similar archetypes. Like
Of
for
course,
instance, I
Rebels
was
are
playing,
similar. Resistance is similar.
like I was playing, for instance, 2 Y-wings with an X-wing, with a pod and an A-wing, and there was some other people having a similar combination where they changed the ship here and there, but there were, I believe, only one instance of an exact same list that it was Republic.
Yes,
Maybe different upgrades.
different upgrades. There was
But-
Oscar and
But
Skull.
this is a tournament that had 52 players, and there was only one instance of a almost identical ship list.
Yes,
just-
and these were lists that they were playing for a
many
long
months,
time.
yeah.
So
So it comes to talk a bit about the list diversity and the possibilities of winning just with any list. It doesn't matter what
if
you're
you,
flying.
if you
you're
have a
flying
good
well.
idea, if you play well, you easily can take this tournament down.
Plenty of good options, no matter which faction you're playing. There are plenty of good options to build your lists around different archetypes within the same faction. I'd say that maybe Scam is the one that benefited the most from the previous from the latest standard loadout cards to give even further options.
Yeah, further options, because Resistance has more options within the same ships that you already know and like, but Scum has different archetype options, I would say.
Alright, so the Academy pilot going really fast, not sure if either trying to dodge or trying to...
Do you barrel? Okay.
Oh, so actually he's not gonna avoid that shot from Sabine. Now Jagal is checking if
Yeah, he is in arc.
rolling or taking a boost. I mean, maybe he wants to dodge the shot as well.
You take an evade and then you trigger Sabine, you have Concordia, you should be fine.
Okay, so the next one should be Arvel.
Nano saying that he likes the Empire's position pre-activation.
Yep.
I agree. Empire's position is good, although you need to think about what to do with
So
Whisper.
Arvel most likely trying to bump the bomber here if the bomber went fast.
I feel like it went one straight and it's gonna roll.
And then roll wherever, right?
Yeah.
Like even Kagi could coordinate. And it's a boost, trying to see if it fits.
I wouldn't trigger clan training just yet, because I don't think you wanna. Well, then again, maybe you won't have a chance to use it. So
So
maybe.
the thing is, Arvel has
Maybe you're
gone really, really fast.
Yes.
But will it pay off? Like, for instance, if you are Wedge, if you are Coron Horn, are you actually gonna target the scimitar instead
Well,
of...
but if you can, well, yeah, because if you can block the scimitar, it doesn't care because it still acquires a lock.
Yep.
Yeah, so Sabine getting a focus there, that makes sense.
It's like loading up the
yeah.
focus.
Obviously,
Alright, so there goes the scimitar.
he bumps.
It was a bump.
So that you could go fast with Koran straight.
Okay, the point here is, do you move with Kagi and barrel roll the bomber out?
He takes a focus, so you don't.
Yeah,
So you just count on
but
those.
shouldn't
traps.
have, no? Wouldn't have been a good idea?
That would have been a good idea because first you get rid of intimidation. Second, you as close. Yeah. Oh well, you wouldn't have where to put the barrel.
When do we add the boost to the bombers? No?
Coordinating a focus to Juno, I would assume.
Yeah, so later you can take a lock. Yeah.
Especially at your flying second, so you know what's going on.
Yep. So the
taking
next should be Corn, right?
Yeah.
Corn and Whisper make top table along with the Zege.
And they
Yeah.
play tie. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how Poland plays.
That is zoomies from Koran, which I thought might be the case. So he moves super
So
fast.
I believe this means that he's committing to taking out Scimitar.
Scimitar, yeah. Which we know and seen on the stream that it can backfire, but he's gonna have one less die. He's gonna be in trouble for sure.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's range 1. Though.
And I'm not sure if it's range 2 from Massage.
Ooh, Juno turning in.
Czego nie ma? Weź spokój.
So Juno coming in, locking.
Yep.
We'll have a really good shot, I guess, into Corn, right?
Yeah. Now the question is
Yeah,
how
taking the lock on Corn Horn.
how do you plan the wedge just goes straight and target locks Scimitar? That should be.
Whisper also turning in. So Corn is gonna need some help. Is he in range of Azega? Because Azega is what, range 2?
Range 2. He might not be.
I think Azega should have slammed now.
Yes. He should have. Because the Empire, from this position, the Empire is not going to focus Asaj.
Juno has cluster missiles set up. Yeah.
So cluster missiles could be, yeah.
And Wedge is going slow.
But he will have plasmas into Scimitar against no green.
And he has Predator, right? But Predator is primary.
Predator is primary.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So taking a lock.
Kagi triggering. So now Kagi siphons all the target locks on himself, and now Wedge and Koran don't have those anymore. Huge oopsie from Jagal, I think. You have to do something, but still, that is a
I
problem.
think they're discussing rules-wise. I think you will have to go and explain. The whole point about the fact that they can only have one. Just gonna discuss the situation where multiple locks from the same ship.
So he loses the R4. Generally speaking, he loses the
R3.
The R3. The R3. Kagi might be what.
Quite a strong ability here. So basically checking, I think, some distance. Not entirely sure what is it that they're measuring, honestly speaking. I guess to see if Wedge has range to at least fire the plasmas at Kagi. Or checking if it's obstructed or if it is... Yeah, I think they're checking if it's obstructed. The shot to scimitar. So even if the lock was moved, they were checking if it's obstructed, right?
If it is obstructed.
Is it or?
It is obstructed.
Ooh.
So 1 die for 2 because of range bonus.
Well, 1 only, right? Minus.
It's minus 2. So you're starting at 2. Minus
Yep.
2. Obstruct the range bonus. They're back at 2.
Okay.
Up.
Only 2. All 3 were. So the crit direct. So 2 holes down for scimitar.
Could still go down.
It's a good start.
Yeah,
I wouldn't expect so much in the first shot with only focus on Predator.
Unlikely with Koran.
The initiative was with
Jagal is first.
Alright, so now it's his Koran horn.
Yep.
Which should have a range 1 shot at scimitar, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Only a focus. Well, not even a focus, unfortunately, right? Well, yeah, its own focus.
You're hoping it's range 1 because that's a better shot from...
No,
it's range 3, so scimitar will have a torque if it leaves.
No, the Kagi just moves the locks. It doesn't matter that you are not in range or anything.
Scimitar is going to have a target lock on Koran and should a torque because it's not range 1.
Oof, yep. So, thinking if he wants to... Just the 1, keeping the focus.
Nothing. He rolls an evade.
Okay, so now it's Whisper and Juno time, right?
No, Kagi can steal locks even if they're outside of range.
Oof. So that's gonna be target lock. I don't know if it's Whisper or... Yeah, Whisper. It's the shot. That's 3. Jagal adds extra pain. Okay. So strikes off the first one, seems like.
Ooh, and doesn't have to spend the focus.
Yeah. So that's also
big. That
really
is big.
good.
That is great too.
The next one should be Juno.
Yep. Shooting clusters into him.
And then the second one could be into...
Oh wait, no. Juno could be shooting clusters or could be shooting range 1 4 dice. And I do like that 4 dice shot better.
Thing is that the first attack didn't have damage. So.
Yeah, and you still have the focus, but you can still have 4 dice from Juno, 4 dice from Proton Torpedo, and 3 dice from Kagi.
Bionic saying, see, this is the curse of Koran.
Clusters.
The curse of Koran is the 3 evades from hand.
Yeah. Clusters.
Alright, let's see. FCS.
Yeah.
Spending the focus for 3.
Not needing Ruthless.
Koran takes 1 shield.
Two shields.
2 shield?
Yeah.
I thought he was marking number 1.
Arvel? 3.
Thinking if to spending the focus on defense, keeping it for defense, spends, yeah. Better to stay alive, right?
Takes 1.
Alright, so those were the 5s.
Yep.
So then it should be Kagi.
Yes.
I guess you shoot Arvel, right?
No.
No? Arvel is a range 1 shot.
You shoot Koran. You started.
Yeah, but
You need to shoot Koran. I don't know if he has taken target lock with scimitar. Because he needs to shoot the same target. No, into Arvel, like I said, because he has a target lock there.
So that's 2 rerolls for just 2. Takes 1 more. So no shields. Alright, so now moving to the initiative 3. So now it's back to Jagal.
Yeah. So
He's checking how much health the different ships have. It's scimitar, it's 1 from half.
he might have forgotten sim ability, but there might be lock there still. I'm
We'll
not
check.
sure.
So that's Arvel shooting into scimitar as well. Just the 1. And it was defended.
I mean, you had a lock on Arvel, so that wasn't a bad
Yeah, and it was range 1 also.
Yeah. More dice.
So this is scimitar shooting.
Range 1 into Koran, so that was. Oh, maybe Koran didn't have range 1 because his arc is on the other side. And
Bit weird, but
yeah, but
okay.
well, it can happen.
The guys are measuring it. So. And they forgot about the shot from Sabine
Yeah.
into the most
Did
talented
he
pilot.
take 2? I'll check that.
It seems like it's all 3. Ooh.
So academic pilot takes 2.
No, I don't think so. Oh, yes. Yeah, seems like he took 2 of them. At least it survived.
Yes. Obviously, it's the best pilot.
After today, we have a soft spot for that academy pilot. All right. So Molfar is gonna make sure that we got the damage correct. Chance engagement, so both of them get the point in the center.
So Koran being down to 2 hull with a structural damage.
All right, so that we got wrong. So Koran is down to 2 structural damage. We have to adjust also the points so that it counts halves.
It should. We've got chance here. Okay. Not like it. No, it counts half. It is.
Okay.
Correct. They both get 1 point for the middle. And now Scimitar is down 2. Rarval is down 2. Kagi is full. Juno is full. Whisper is full. Academy is at 2.
Academy is at 2 or at 1? I think it took 2 damage, no? The
Yes,
TIE fighter?
he took
Right.
Koran shooting initiative 0 shot into Kagi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, you might be dead by the end of next round.
Yeah, but you're initiative 5. Nobody will initiative kill you.
Sure. I mean, I think that a sloop left would have been a better
exactly.
thing, right?
Yeah. Again, I believe the biggest issue here has been the fact that the Sega didn't slam.
Yeah, that's. Although Koran did not spend a focus the entire time.
Yeah, but
I know.
That's still a
It
mistake.
should. He should have been.
So now
having 4 points.
in a change of events, now Arvel is the one that could try to block Kagi.
Yes.
So that's why I'm a bit surprised, because looking at the position, Whisper and Juno are not in a position where that 3 sloop that you were mentioning could be threatened.
And
If
Kagi
you
has
if you
taken 3 damage, by the way.
and if you manage to bump also Kagi could not then also get a back shot.
Yes.
So that 3 sloop would more or less be safe. Like the only ship that could maybe shoot you scimitar, but by doing that, it needs to bump a friend first.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, anyway, I agree with you. That would have been better. And you can have a Sage there for your focus tokens as well, so you'd have 4 dice instead of 3. Alright, Kagi taking 3 damage from that shot is also starting to melt down the Lambda. You can have you'll have Wedge with plasma torps because you already have the lock there. So I feel like now you have with Wedge you are in a tough spot because you'll have Juno and Whisper on your
you're alone against everyone.
By the way,
Is there a rock on the top right corner? There is, I believe, a rock just next to Kagi, right?
yes,
On the top left of Kagi's base, I believe. In
That's
return, Bless could have lost Scimitar 1 to, yeah?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
So now, starting from the bottom, I guess Academy Pilot is looking at doing a hard 1 turn, right? Towards the center, they can evade. Not sure, like, I have a similar feeling like in the game that we saw before with Jagal against Istvan. I have a feeling that it's a bit of a trap. With Sabine, you should just go really fast right now, I believe, to the top.
Just don't care.
And try to surprise, perhaps, anybody like Juno or Whisper that might come down to the bottom. As far as I can see, Whisper doesn't have also
Evade because she didn't hit.
cloak.
Yeah, because she didn't get any evade.
So maybe a 5 forward boost with a focus can get Sabine somewhere.
You could even, if you can think you can reach it, you could bump Wedge there where he is, risk a damage, but stay behind that rock.
I think it's too far.
You already have a lock on Kagi.
I'm not sure. I think it's a bit too far.
It might
The lock
be.
on Kagi can be important because
You can shoot those plasmas, but
6 and 1. Yeah, like what we were saying. If you do a too hard with Arvel,
Yeah.
blocking Kagi in place, then
And Wedge needs to
Wedge
move
can
because
go.
he wasn't in range of Kagi.
So the thing is, what do you do with Core and Horn? Where do you go?
Still 3 slow.
Still 3 slow.
Set yourself up for next round,
Mm-hmm.
and you. I
And-
feel like you need a Sage to start mothering there.
And here with the Zega, you do a 3 bang, right?
Yeah, and you get that arc into Empire's face.
Okay. So Sabine took a log with optics.
So you could see a free sloop and try to kill that, but then you're out of the game.
It's like it's a trap a
Trap.
bit.
It is.
Like sure, it's only 1 health,
Well,
but
you can take the lock and use it later.
yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
But I still feel like you are not bothered by that last health on the tide.
Yeah, you should go try and focus Kagi as your first main target here.
Yeah. So Scimitar 1, he did a range 1 shot, so I don't think he spent the log.
Yeah.
And Scimitar is dropping his bomb special like last time around.
That makes sense.
But I think that's not the place where the rebels will be.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Unless
So we'll
Arvel's
see if it
there,
backfires. Like,
unless
last time around.
Arvel is there. And that's not mine. No, that's OG's.
Alright, so what we were saying, a hard one by the Academy Pilot. I imagine there will be an evade.
Because if you bump Sabine, evade is better.
Sabine, will she go fast? Doesn't look like it, or yeah, good. I like this.
Yeah, this is good.
So fast maneuver. Will it be? I hope it will be a focus boost, unless that's the position where he wants Wedge to be. No, that's a boost, alright? And I'm sure that will put her at range 1 of Juno or...
Right, yeah, it should. And that's where you want to be with Sabine.
Yep.
All the time.
Alright, so the next one should be Arvel.
Where does he go?
Let's see if it's...
He just stays in place.
Oh, okay.
That's not too bad, but you're still bumping Kagi.
Yeah, maybe similar.
Yeah. Maybe similar.
That's the 3 bank. I think this is a good spot for a second.
Yes, just sit there, take those focus tokens.
And then later on you can do a 3 forward, for example, the next round.
Yeah. Nothing is
So
threatening you.
Scimitar, I think, bumps. But
What?
something
Camera
happened
went
with the
down.
camera. 1 second, we'll check it. Giving it more tension even to the stream. Apologies for that. So yeah. In the meantime, we've had Scimitar seemingly is bumping his own advance. It's been a friendly bump, and Scimitar takes 1 more damage. We're trying to fix the camera. Apologies for that. Seems like the phone might have been, the camera that is a phone, might have been running out of battery, unfortunately. But yeah, so far, so Scimitar did a 3 bank to the side and unfortunately bumped his friendly. And now Kagi also is following suit and bumping again another friendly. Scimitar took 1 damage. And just bumps on top of the others. We're gonna see rolling for damage, and it doesn't take any damage. So Kagi remains forward, looking into Arvel and so on, but bumped into Scimitar 1.
10 minut co najmniej, nie?
No dawaj. Aha, tylko że wtedy nie będzie nas słychać tu.
Okay.
Aczkolwiek...
So,
Dobra, to... Co ma?
Android Camo na telefonie, to można podkreślić.
so Cornhorn has done a 3 hard to the left, jumping over both Scimitar 1 and Juno, so he's sitting behind them right now. And it's rolling towards the top right of the board. So it will be safe there because it's outside all of the arcs. Scimitar doesn't have him an arc anymore. The back of Kagi is also not seeing him. Yeah, bringing back radio play-by-play.
Yeah, pretty much. The
Alright.
update is that the camera has lost the power, so we'll need 10 more minutes.
Yeah,
bring
in a
back
moment we'll put it back.
Video, so we'll have it back
So-
for you, and you'll see.
So yeah,
what
so
the-
in the meantime, what happened? Just to recap, Scimitar turned to the right and bumped Juno, taking 1 more damage, so he's down to 1. And Kagi bumped also in the friendlies. Now Juno is going forward
Yep.
and bumping right straight into
Move a little
Sabine.
bit to the left.
But that's how I see it. We have to be like that. Because we are both now seeing it through a small,
Through a small
hole in
hole,
the.
yeah.
So yeah, so Juno bumped into Sabine.
Yeah.
Zróbmy wideo połączenie w Discordzie. Przechwycisz sobie jakieś...
And Whisper is doing a hard
Just Google.
one to the left.
Ja muszę do kogoś zadzwonić na Discord.
I'm not checking if it clears or it's also a friendly bomb. Looks to clear. So Whisper is landing just in front of Scimitar, keeping only Arvel in arc. Alright.
Albo do mnie dopuszczę to na Twitchu.
And takes a target lock. So, yeah, so situation in the board is that Cornhorn has been able to dodge every single one of the Empire list by going towards the top right of the board. Scimitar currently is looking only at the Sesh, but is down to 1 health, so quite likely Sabine should be able to take care of it. So there is a bump, I'm not sure if this is friendly or not, of wedge into Sabine, and now they are measuring if it will land on the rock, but it seems that it will be clear. Oh, so it unfortunately seems that wedge bumps, and the final position places him in the asteroid that was a bit on the way. He lands on the rock, so that's gonna be huge. So wedge taking 1 damage and has to roll 1 more. So takes 2 damage. So both shields are down for wedge. And moving to shooting. Yeah, so wedge without being able to shoot. Juno having him at range 1.
Yep.
That's not looking great for Jagal in that sense, but also he was able to get Coran out of the way and into safety. So they are checking first the bomb. Bomb affecting Kagi for sure. Scimitar
it's
1
not
as
gonna
well.
work. Let's just leave it out there.
And also the A-Wing. Whispered first shot at Arvel. Only 1 hit, using the target lock to reroll the other 3. And thinking about using 5th brother. So 1 hit, 1 crit. Arvel uses the focus, stays safe.
That's good.
So the next one should be Juno, which has an option between wedge. Yeah, it's taking wedge.
How
Yeah,
much
range
did
1.
wedge do damage from the rock?
Both shields.
Both shields.
And now Juno has rolled hit, focus, blank. So
And no ruthless trigger there. No one to hit
Nope.
trigger it on.
thinking if to use the force from Palpatine to boost the attack. Yeah, like this is the moment that you have to use that opportunity with Wedge.
Yeah.
Take him out.
This is the mistake that messes you up. Because this is what I was talking about. The wedge could.
Yeah, he's using Palpatine. So it's 2 hits going into Wedge. Which I don't know if it's obstructed, I guess, right?
Yeah, it should be. Well, definitely yes.
So Wedge takes 1 more, so it's down to half. We move to Kagi. And Kagi has just in front of him it's Arvel without tokens and without shields, right?
And
Very
outside
cool.
of range.
Yeah, so it's shooting there. So
Just
two
one.
hits.
2 hits, okay.
And checking if there is the option to pass the focus from a Sega, which it does, so keeps Arvel
It
safe.
is, wow. This is big. This is really big.
Yeah, it was. Otherwise, it would have been dead. So Arvel now shooting into Kagi, range 1. All 3. And defense. So the last shield from Kagi goes down and takes a crit, stun pilot. So that's half from Kagi
Oh, half from Kagi.
with stun pilot. So the next one should be Sabine. And now Sabine has the option to finish up Scimitar 1
Scimitar is down to.
down to 1 because of the friendly bump.
He was only taking 2, so he's down to 3.
Ah, true, sorry.
Yeah, so still alive there.
Okay, first of all, checking with the Sega from the side arc. Checking if Whisper is within the arc or not. You don't think it will be enough, right? So they are checking. So currently, to recap what has happened so far. So Wedge landed on the rock, lost both shields. Juno shot at him and took one more hole. We've had Arvel defending against Whisper and defending against Kagi, and taking 2 damage on Kagi, which was brought down to 5 with a stun pilot. Now they are checking whether Sesh has arc or not to shoot at Whisper almost at range 1. And after that, we still have to do the shot from Sabine, which could be taking a range 1 shot. So yeah, it is range 1, it is in arc. So it's 3 dice, all 3 go through. Whisper rolling 2 of them, only gets 1 result, and it's an eyeball, I think. So Whisper, both shields down, takes a crit, stun pilot as well. Today it's only stun pilot.
It's only stun pilot. Do they even shuffle those legs?
They're putting them on top. Alright, so that's half on Whisper also. So now Sabine changing the target, not going against Scimitar, going against Whisper instead.
2.
Again 2.
Maybe
No more
Whisper?
mods. No more mods for Whisper. So he
Yep.
needs at least 1 agility, 1 evade. And nothing. Whisper is down. Whisper is down. Alright.
Holy shit.
It's not over yet.
It, obviously.
Academy pilot is next.
Yeah, he is. And he can kill Wedge.
And I'm thinking that it should be enough, no?
Yeah, it should be.
We're gonna attempt again to put the camera, but in the meantime letting you know. So as I was saying, Sabine and Esege, both of them took down Whisper.
Yeah.
The last shot needed to be done, I believe, is the Academy pilot. Scimitar. Scimitar is going to attack Zege, which is the only target in the arc. 2 hits. No evades, so takes both shields. Zege.
Yep.
And now the Academy pilot. I assume into Wedge, but we'll see. Yeah,
you need to
into
destroy
Wedge.
That's our next big target.
Academy pilot only with an evade token. Nothing. Yeah,
Not this time.
not this time. He didn't get the correct instructions. Alright, so 1 point for each because of the objective. And we're moving into the next round, so
We should have video back on.
video soon. But in the meantime, so Horn currently on the top right corner of the board. Nobody really threatening him, other than maybe Scimitar 1.
Yeah.
But Scimitar is down to 1 hole. Kagi and the Bomber, I think. No, Kagi is ionized. Arvel is ionized.
Yep. The Scimitar is not ionized.
Not
because he
ionized.
moved. We've got TIE Fighter on 1, leaning in the back, and he's not threatening. We've got Wedge. Stress? No, that's Sabine's stress.
Stress, Sabine. Yeah.
Sabine's
She-
stress. The Wedge is not stressed.
Focus boost. She didn't. So currently, Kagi is in a similar position as in last round, looking towards the center of the board. Touching Kagi is Scimitar 1, who is looking towards the top, more or less, top center. Sege is in the top center as well. And then we have Juno in the middle of the board, bumped into Sabine, and Wedge bumped into Sabine as well.
Yeah.
So most likely we should see the Academy pilot do a slow maneuver, like a 2-bang, something like this towards the right to keep
Or the straight. Yeah.
still someone.
Yeah, people commenting
You know.
in the Polish chat about the radio relation, radio. What's the word?
Radio commentator.
Commentator. Yes.
Seems
Something
like the
of that
phone should be up in a moment, so we're trying to
Almost
give
there.
it breath to breath reanimation.
Yeah, but
Hopefully we will have it before dials go up.
yes, and they will take some time to think about this. Jagal is currently leading
11 to 6.
Yes, they're playing the final right now.
Yeah, so
So 11 to 6. Jagal in a strong, commanding lead, even though he has decided to put his biggest gun.
yeah,
on the
currently is at the top right of the board, looking towards the board's edge. So turning right would bring it even more into the corner. Turning left would bring it outside the board there, but perhaps getting in the way of a zesh. So
Yeah, so not really great. Obviously, we've got 3. Yeah, Enzer lost. So yeah, we've got wedge on 3, Corin
on
on
3.
2. So that's 10 points that you could grab.
Corin on 2 or on 1?
Not 10. 6 points that you can
Corin
grab.
on
2.
Okay.
Yeah, Corin's on 2
Yeah,
with
so both of them are
with
heavily damaged.
1 agility less.
I wonder, will we see another bomb?
Yeah, from there.
Because that would keep one more round Arvel out of the fray.
Yes.
Because most likely now you do a one bang to the right
Left.
with Kagi.
With
right?
Kagi, yes, and with Arvel to the left.
You turn to Esege. Because Esege also lost 2 shields, I believe. Yes. So
Yeah.
Scimitar 3 would shoot at the same time if not dealt with.
Yeah, so obviously there's still time for you to get those
Yeah, no.
beaten up ships down.
Currently from our position, I don't believe that a sloop would fit. For Koran, it's way too close. I think that his only option, realistically speaking, is a too hard to
Yes,
the left.
Yes, yes. I think
Maybe
so too.
boost and try to take out Scimitar.
We're almost there. The camera's almost up.
But yeah, as we said, dials are still not set, so we can go over the position. So you
Perfect.
see Kagi
Thank you,
there,
Kuba.
Kagi there on the right. He's currently bumped into Scimitar 1.
Yep.
Koran is just behind that Lambda,
Yep.
looking towards the edge of the board. And there in the center you can see Juno bumped into Sabine, bumped into Wedge currently on a rock. Academy pilot with a lot of space. I guess that currently he could just do a maneuver, take a focus.
Okay. We might want to sit down finally because we have the vision. right now.
We are standing now. And
No, I know. The emotional babies can see less from there.
all right, initiative roll.
Yeah.
I believe Jagal won the initiative roll.
No, bless.
Bless? Okay.
It is with bless.
So the first one should be
A system
Academy?
face.
Who has system?
So
the bomb.
the scimitar. Yeah, and Mando optics is also a thing in the system.
Who do you take one optics with? Because I don't know who Sabine is going after.
Kagi?
Kage maybe? It's just that most likely you will bump it.
Yeah, so
right?
there is the bomb dropped.
Yep. And the bomb drop means Arvel is out of the fight one more round.
Yes.
Because the next one will have to go straight for sure. And it was important the initiative roll because if, for instance, Jagal goes first, he could try to bump Arvel to not get out of the fight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Academy pilot comes in. He remembers his training.
Yep. He is there. He's gonna take names.
Wonder if it will take a focus. No, it's a roll. Okay. Weird, no? Like,
Yeah.
was there a need to take a roll? Like there was no rock in front of him.
Maybe he wanted space for Juno.
Okay. First 3, it's gonna be Scimitar 1, right?
That's a 3K. Is it?
Not sure if I like that. Because now he's on the way of just Koran turning and dying.
True. And you can't bleed more points, really.
Okay, we'll see. So, Arvel just moving slightly.
Sliding into Kagi.
Yep.
Losing the iron. We'll get one more.
Yes.
Takes stress focus.
So next is Sabine. I guess they have to remove Juno from the way.
Yep. What do you do, Sabine? Do you two straight?
Two bank to the right. Okay.
Yep.
I wonder. So Kage didn't move at all, right?
Yes, yet. Because he's in
Yeah.
the form.
Okay. But this means most likely Kage cannot move and will stay in place
Most likely, yes.
with Arvel.
Yes,
That rings
and
in.
that's bad for you, right?
Yep.
You're down, you're already halved, but you will be able to,
Yeah, like
Loose.
with Wedge, Arvel and Sabine
yep.
doesn't look good. I'm just taking a focus, or I guess you take a lock, right?
With Sabine, you should have
You have
one
clan
more.
training.
You have clan training. You could take an evade and clan training.
No,
You
I
have
just
your
go
ability-
offense,
You
I
have
think,
your
at this
ability.
point.
So
Yeah,
you
he
still
took a
have
focus.
fearless.
So I'd go for a lock to guarantee that it's 3 hits. But
I would take an evade. Not to.
he took a lock on
No,
some.
no. He took an evade with Sabine.
Yeah. Okay.
Clan training is.
Sega turns in. So I guess it's just making sure that Kagi cannot escape that bump.
Yeah, and he gets that kill box and just takes him down.
Yep.
Stays in place.
Kagi is sad. I think he's the next one on the list.
Takes a focus and tries
And
to
praise.
kill someone.
Yeah, because he cannot roll any die
Yeah, but he can try to kill someone. That's the only.
before
thing
he goes
left.
down. Yeah, I mean if he takes Arvel, for example, before the initiative 3 shoot,
Okay, too hard from Koran. Just
Yeah.
like you said.
and I guess it shouldn't be a bump.
No.
Ooh,
There's plenty of
so that
space.
scimitar I think also
Just take a focus there.
also might
Or-
be in danger.
Because there's no one shooting at Koran.
Nope. Because Juno is pointing the other way around.
Yeah. Kagi is not seeing him.
Okay. Target lock too? No, focus. Sorry.
Focus, yeah.
Okay.
You don't target lock because it would go to Kagi.
You cannot target lock at range 1.
Oh yeah, you can target lock at range 1 and it will go to Kagi. Yeah, that turn in is good.
So then
Juno facing towards the stream. Just stays there.
Nah.
Gets a target lock.
Yeah, because he had stress, didn't had a chance to do much. Just
Yep. Just wants to have a chance next round to do something. Koran has 2 shots on Sim.
Wedge
Yeah.
moves to kill.
Kagi.
Kage not looking good,
Yeah, it's down to 5.
and he's getting 4 shots.
Yeah, and with no green dice.
Yeah. Kagi is now regretting having taken all of the logs, huh? Not like this. And it's taking a barrel? I guess to guarantee the... to getting out of the way, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Just in case next round. The only thing, isn't there a bomb there?
No, the bomb is next to Kagi, so it's not gonna hit him.
Isn't the bomb just under Arvel? Between
It's
Arvel
unbearable, but it's not gonna hit Wedge.
Maybe he's trying to dodge that? I don't know. Okay. So Wedge taking the first shot. No defense for... -1 defense for Kai.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lit
see.
with.
Can use the focuses, of course, from the Sega
Yep.
if needed.
And you don't have any decent focus targets, so you can easily spend up.
I'm not sure if he's thinking about spending the focus or not. Why you?
Target looks
Ah, okay.
Target looks all, so he doesn't want to spend the focus.
Alright, so 2 hits. So the next one being Coronor. He took 2 or 1?
2, I think.
2, yeah. Alright, so down to 3.
Down to 3. Yeah.
I guess now it's Coron. Taking. He needs to do 1 more damage, right?
Brother.
All 4. So that's dead. Scimitar is down.
With a direct hit, but he was still dead.
So now it's Kagi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think might be over.
This is like wedge barrel, right? To get rid of get out of Kagi's front arc.
Nah, it's still in the front arc.
It still is.
Yeah, it's shooting at him.
Shooting in. All three.
All 3.
He could go down, but he has an obstructed shot. Just want to
Spinning the focus.
focus.
So nothing. Wedge
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah, just safe.
And now it's pain time.
It is pain time.
And Sabine activates claim training.
Kage
Takes a range one shot.
shoots at Kage. Sabine.
Sabine spending the
And then
focus.
focus for all 3, so he takes 3 and dies.
Yep. So that brings us to 18 points.
There's 17.
17?
So that's 3, 4, because it's,
yeah,
it's
sorry.
gonna be 17
Yeah.
after the round. I will see if the
So-
Academy pilot goes.
Maybe wedge?
Yeah, but he doesn't see him.
Ah, true. So I don't know. Who do you shoot?
Arvel is the only target. That's the end.
Okay, concedes. Congratulations to
GGs.
Jagal for his victory,
He is the Polish
Polish
national
national
champion.
champion, and to Bless for reaching also the final.
The final.